All right, I'm gonna walk around here and I'm gonna point everything out. This is the harness, the Casper's reproduction harness with the ECUGN overlay. Basically, it's the same as the stock harness except for a few minor things on the passenger side fender well. So up front we have all the normal stuff. We have a crank sensor way down there, and you have a cam sensor, and you have a coolant temp sensor. You do have a plug for the high overheat sensor, but I just hide it. There's this idiot light on the dash. You also have a plug for the wastegate solenoid, but I hide it. You also have a plug for the factory idiot switch where the sender is. That's also hidden. You have your normal TPS, your normal IAC. You don't need an alcohol breakout harness with this, so it cleans it up under here. You have all your normal stuff. Ejector harnesses route the same way. This one here, that's my high switch, my AC switch, that's my TAC connector, that's my fuel pump prime. These guys do not get plugged together, nor do they plug into anything. There's another AC switch. There's an AC clutch coil switch. This guy goes on the inner fender. That's your evap purge, which we don't usually use for the evap canister anymore. We usually use it to drive a PWM relay. Here is my connector for my fans, or excuse me, that's my MAF, which we won't use. Here's a connector I use for the fans, which I'll do some wiring to modify that. On the fan side, here we plug into the dashboard. Where these wires are coming out is where the headlight harness, wiper switch, wipers, wipe washer pump, all that stuff snaps into here and screws in. This is for the Power Master. It's also for the Power Master. And these are your high and low relays. These are 30 volt relays, so you have 60 or 630 amp relays, so you have 60 amps. Here is our plug for the TCC solenoid. A couple things unique to these speed density cars are relocation of the IAT, which is in the back of the intake. I purchased an extension harness, I hide it, I run it down under here. There it is. And I run it down here, and there that is. You will never see this when it is in the car. It'll be completely hidden. Casper's comes with these connectors, as the L channel has been long discontinued. The EGR plug now functions as the coil ground, and then yellow wire, and then a purple wire for my transducers. Yellow wire, I'd have to look that up. Bob would tell me what that is. This is the D599A coil. It's still waste spark. These numbers don't matter. I could put 5 over here and 2 over there and it would not matter. An example, see the 6 and see the 3. The wires fit better that way, so that's how I ran it. Over here I have transducer. It's wired in. Here's its own little harness. Here is the jumper board. And if you read closely, there's a TAC wire. You have to use a TAC wire. If you're running the 18X wheel or 18.1, 18.2, whatever it is, any wheel other than the factory three-tooth wheel, you have to run the TAC wire or you lose your TAC on your dash. But if you have a digital dash, it doesn't matter. There is all your grounds. Every single engine ground is right here. This is another braided ground that does not come with this harness, so I robbed them from the kits. This is a very worthwhile thing to get as well. Knock sensor. C3I pin into the jumper harness, which is secured by zip ties. None of this is going to vibrate around. None of it is going to chafe. Under there is our fuel injection harness, our Racetronics harness. That is buried under the intake. That's not going to rub around. That's not going to chafe. There's our PCV check valve. Here's our silicone vacuum hose. There is a bypass. Everybody asks me, why is that kinked? It's because it feeds this guy right there and feeds that guy, which I can't get a picture of. There he is below it, to heat the throttle body. It heats the throttle body. It's for emissions. It's for cold weather climate. It's not for performance. That's why they're deleted. So this looks pretty much like a stock replacement harness mostly, and here's where it gets a little fancy. I've already made a harness for my extras. One, this is going to be 5 volt, that's going to be ground, and then there is a brown one in there. There it is, which is going to be my tack wire. They will run into this connector here. It comes with the connector. It does not come with the pins. You got to buy the pins separately. Okay, but I will take this off and I will pin it. It also comes with a sheet which tells you how to pin it out. Other than that, it's business as usual. Everything runs over there. More relays: fuel pump relay, AC relay, O2 sensor, or excuse me, feed for the ECM orange wire. This guy goes to the fans. It always melts. And these guys go in the car. And here are your 4 extra IOs to go in the car. And you can see I've got my everything done here. Everything's done, my grounds and everything. So that's it. This one's ready to go in.